Parties at North Park.
Oh shit.
Gonna be lit.
It sound like it. Oh, let me turn this off here. And, turn this damn Dyson off. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh,
Got the game on in the back.
okay.
Yeah, man. I'm tired. I'm gonna leave around. Probably. Damn, it's on my chair. Gonna leave around maybe 11. I'm just gonna leave overnight, man. I've become an overnight driver because I hate
Let's,
traffic.
let's focus on the road, huh?
Man, you just gotta watch out for the trucks, but
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody. So you leave midnight, 1 in the morning, do a 3 hour, 4 hour drive. That's all me.
Okay, okay.
Now I'm rest stop. I'm rest stopping. I'll rest stop. Hunk out real quick. Keep it
Uh-huh.
pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, but Pittsburgh's only 3.5 from here. So, hey.
Yeah, I was about to say from Baltimore, what? About what, three?
Mm-hmm. 3.5.
That's not too
But
bad. That's
yeah.
like a that's like a from here to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss those trips. LA to San Diego. Shit, we did that once. Went to LA to San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego is my joint, man. I'm glad I was able to
Yeah.
get there first before moving out here. I don't know if I'd have been able to take it.
Damn, okay. So this is episode 120. Let me get that down right first. Sands on Sports 124. All right, we're going to start 3, 2, 1. What's up, y'all? It's your main man, Jay Sands. Sands on Sports, hip hop and sports entertainment at its finest. That's right, y'all. The big kid is at it again. Got my co-host with the co-most, Tahir Jahi. How you doing today, cuz?
Going fantastic. You know,
All right,
I'm
all
enjoying.
right. Say you shot. You say you gonna shine today, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, hey man, the older we get, you know that hairline. You know what I'm saying? So I just go bald. I just go ahead and sh shave it all off. You know what I'm saying? Going, you're gonna have me looking like George Jefferson.
I'm gonna be brushing it over and shit. You
Oh, you
know
gonna brush it over?
that bullshit. Yeah, man. But yo, episode 124, the first hip hop and sports podcast started in 2007, 2008. First interview with allhiphop.com, Royce the 59 here in Baltimore at the Sonar. And we've been cranking them out ever since. So, just a quick recap over the weekend. I had a hip hop weekend. Friday, I got to see the brothers from Baltimore. Baltimore got some hardcore underground MCs, you know.
Okay.
So I got to go to one of those. Matter of fact, with some people from Virginia coming through for a tour, and they had the Baltimore dudes supporting them. Jay Royale, my man, DBL, D Skills, Lou Boogie. Uh, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, Mike Lapedia. So yeah, it was good to see them. And then Saturday went down to DC and I saw Master Ace from the Juice
Oh,
Crew performing. Shout out to him and his wife Lachey. They were there kicking it with the live band. My man Two Tone Jones. So my man Roddy Rod. My man Chop was up in the spot and Arrested Development as well. Uh, yeah,
speaks.
it was a hip hop weekend for me, man. I was groovy as hell by Sunday. By the time the game came on Sunday, I was full. I had reached I had reached my apex of music and hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
know, hey, you gotta let me know when you do this. So, Rapid can sponsor something. You know what I'm saying? Put some
Okay.
bread down. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's coming up. That's coming up because these were events that I had nothing to do with. I just popped up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I have some things on deck, so we'll definitely talk about that because going to Pittsburgh, we were talking about earlier. But yeah, man, like I'm going to Pittsburgh tonight. My uncle, Aunt John, I mean Aunt John, he going to slap me for that. Uncle John and Aunt Brenda are celebrating their 55th year anniversary, wedding anniversary. So
Black
all
black love.
down
Black
for that.
love.
So I'm gonna get a nap after this podcast, and then I'm gonna hit the road, go to Pittsburgh, get my man Selector DJing the function. Matter of fact, Greg Nice and Titty Ted and Special K gonna be in town. So it's gonna be hopefully a fun trip back to the Berg, you know what I mean, and then get back to Baltimore safe, man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, something like, man. I don't do much, man. I don't do much.
Hey man, no, it sound shit. I feel like I need to fly to the bird. That's what it sound like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just talked to Rashad. Rashad just called me because him and his wife and daughters are coming. So it's going to be a nice time. Going to be a nice time, man. It's going to be a nice time. Got my tea popping. You know what I mean?
Was that ginger mixed with what else was you put in there?
I don't know. This might be the common tea I have right here, man. It's cold on the East Coast. Matter of fact, it's going to be cold this weekend. It's going to be cold on the East Coast. So you
Mm.
hoodies, jeans. It ain't no summertime weather. If you the only person that's going to be wearing shorts in Pittsburgh is John Fetterman. He's the only person in Pittsburgh who's going to be wearing shorts. As I
Some
said.
long ass shorts, little big ass boots.
Yeah, yeah, what you talking about, man. But yo, man, you got anything to say, cuz? Got any updates?
The one update that I have, I'm helping Pitt, Pittsburgh is PGA Hip Hop. I'm helping them launch their website, but they have a
Oh,
show set on the 17th.
show and
It's
tell. I just saw that on Paradise's Facebook.
Yeah, it's hip hop show and tell on the 17th, 7 to 10 p.m. Yeah, you bring your flyers, your CDs, your
Yeah,
tape, art, your
yeah.
posters, your clothing, your photos.
That's
You
it.
come
Yeah.
celebrate Pittsburgh hip hop history. Yep.
Pittsburgh Hip Hop Museum. I think that's a good idea for every city in America that has a scene to start your own local hip hop museum and start collecting information and artifacts because again, you see the whitewashing that's going on. Just forget hip hop, just period in society that you want to protect. You know what we know. You know the hip hoppers are going to know who was there and who wasn't there.
It
And if we don't tell these stories now, start having these conversations now, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, every city should be working on their own hip hop museum. And but hey, let's talk about the Final Four, cause
Uh,
I had Auburn, and they lost, so I was out. I was out after the Final Four, and I think my big shocks was, matter of fact, I was down at the show in Bmore Friday. I'm watching on my phone, and then I'm seeing Duke up. And I'm like, ah, man, I ain't about to just watch Duke win again. I said, I'm driving home. So I turned my phone off, hopped in the car, and then by the time I got home, looked at my phone, and it
like,
said Houston won. Oh man, I kicked myself in the ass. Man, I couldn't believe I stopped watching that game. But it was dope. I saw the highlights, and it was Houston got a bunch of older dudes. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and they gritty.
Yeah,
They
older
gritty.
dudes are going to beat. I've always seen it outside the park where the dude he playing D1 or something, but then he going up against old head and old head just got that. Yeah, hey, you ever see the dude in New York City with the beard? He always be fouling and
Yeah, yeah.
oh man, I wish I was 20 years. I wish I was 20 years younger. I fuck him up, just elbowing him all types. But yeah. That's what it was, man. Duke definitely the better talent. Let's say the better talent.
Yeah.
But when you got guys that have been playing, not even playing together, but again, they're just 22-year-old Jermaine could toss the shit out of 19-year-old Jermaine. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
True.
it's just that. So
Yeah,
you know,
flag.
how do you feel
It's
about that call?
you can't. I mean, at the end of the day, you could find calls that were suspect, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they gave him the ball towards it. You know what I'm saying? He had the ball in his hands to make something happen, and he didn't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the difference between greatness and just
Oh, so are we taking because he's going to be the number one pick still, correct?
yes.
Okay, got you. So
Yeah,
this,
I'm not saying he's not good.
Yeah,
There's a difference between good and then being great. It's those in
yeah.
those moments you gotta pull through.
You
So
said Mel. You
good
said
luck to that brother
Melo.
moving on. Was that?
The Melo won it all, huh? As a freshman. Yeah, Melo. Melo. Shout out to Melo. They just put him in some type of Hall of Fame somewhere. He was getting something. So shout out to Melo. No
Hey,
doubt.
hey, he always been big time.
And who do we have on the other side? We had Florida, and who did they play in the Final Four? It was Florida
Uh, it
and
was in wow, 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 wow.
I'll
Uh,
get it right. I'll get it right.
was it
It happened so fast.
no, right? Um,
Auburn, they beat my boys. Yeah, they beat my boys. Yeah, yeah, they got me out the game. Yeah, Florida played Auburn, and
right,
I was real impressed with Clayton Jr. I was more impressed with him when he beat my boys, and
right,
then I was impressed with him in the championship game, but he started off slow. But against Auburn, man, I'm looking at this dude like, yo, he's smooth, like he's cool. What that man say? Cool like the other side of the pillow.
right.
So and he'll pull up.
Yeah.
So if that's the type of range he has, I don't know if he's going to be a star in NBA because I looked up his height as soon as as soon as I started seeing like, oh, this boy's nice. I said, well, how tall is he?
Mhm.
6'2", 6'3". Again, it can work,
Yeah.
but it's tough. It's tough, So not Trey. He's not. I heard today he's not Trey Young. You know.
No, no.
Yeah, but
Hey,
hey, we're not trying to put him down. He just won the national champion. Did you watch the game?
it is.
Okay,
You
got you.
I picked Florida.
Oh, okay. Oh, congratulations.
The rest of
Get higher, get higher. Congratulations.
the rest of my bracket was fucked up, but
Yeah, it don't matter. You
right?
picked the one, yeah.
But that was my pick to win it all. So I was
Well,
it,
was
it
it a
was
choke?
huh?
Was it a choke job? Was it a Duke job?
Yeah, I think Houston was just, when you put your heart and soul into those games that people didn't expect you to win,
Yeah.
sometimes those emotions, the energy just kind of run out on you. And it looked like that versus Florida. They exhorted a lot of that energy and emotional strength that you need to, beat the favorite. Uh, it should have been Duke in Florida, but Houston was, they did their thing to get there. So can't hate that.
I heard a lot about bet. Like that's that's the thing that I think is new. It's like they're showing people in real time losing their money. Sad. So yeah, I think that's something that I picked up on is like not only did I find out that Duke won, but I saw all the reactions from people losing their whatever they're betting. I don't know all the betting stuff, but
Losing their shirt, their pants.
yeah,
Yeah.
money line or what they call put the parlay and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, these days you can bet on anything.
yeah.
So,
Check it out. We get a sponsor. We get a prize pick joint. Oh no, I know all about it. But until then, I'm cool, brother. I'm cool. Hey, and with that being said, we running through it.
no.
Getting out the first quarter, going to the second quarter, and we gotta give light to the ladies because the ladies held it down. I'm talking about the women's Final Four. And what do you think about that, cuz? Because
Woo.
I had USC, and of course, you know what I mean.
Uh, honestly, I only seen the championship game, and it was just tough, man. Watching the
Yeah,
debacle, right?
yeah,
I was pulling for SC. I went to school in SC, so seeing the frustration, seeing they just got their ass kicked. They just
yeah,
got their ass kicked.
yeah.
That
They made a name out of Don Staley, all type of stuff.
right.
Yeah, yeah, real
You just
stuff.
gotta give respect where respect is due. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. UConn, matter of fact, UConn hasn't won a national championship, I want to say 8, 9 years. So it's been a while since you think about it, the last few years, UConn hasn't been at the top of the discussion for
Mm.
college, for women's college basketball. It's been Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and Don Staley. You know what I'm saying? So UConn's kind of been in the background, so them stepping up, claiming the title again. That's good. That we're going to see. I don't think this is too much of a slight to Don Staley because her team is young. She got a lot of and really no standout star. There's no Page buckets
Right.
on South Carolina. So yeah, again,
But those were the two best teams.
yeah,
It was good to see that. South Carolina got some more work to do. That's all. But shouts out to UConn. They beat UCLA. You know,
yeah.
and came through and kicked the buildings down like.
Snoop, Snoop, Uh, did you see Caitlin Clark play the dudes that the practice squad dudes for Purdue? Did you see that? Okay, I want to say she was doing an interview with somebody, a talk show, and she was talking about when she was playing against the practice squad from the men's team, and she was saying, "Yeah, I scored like 22 points in 2 minutes or whatnot," and somebody found the footage. But again, no slight to you, cuz, but honestly, this is me and you playing her. So yeah, it's not like she was playing the Purdue men's team. She was playing the dudes who just stand. Who did Harlem Globetrotters play? The Washington Generals? Yeah, yeah. She was playing the Generals. Caitlin Clark is nice, dude. I looks like her, but it wasn't the Purdue men's basketball team. It was
Like
all
intramural, what they call that?
intramurals.
Yeah, intramurals.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, the thing about it is she was shooting from like half court and all that stuff, so it don't matter who was guarding her.
Right.
Yeah,
She's nice.
yeah.
She's nice. You put
Oh
any of us on the court with her, she's gonna bust our ass. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Hey.
yeah. I'm gonna have to trip her.
Say, are you fouling, cuz? You
Yeah,
said,
I'm gonna have to trip her, man. But yeah, we're gonna. I don't know. Is the what's going on? Is the WNBA going on right now? That's in the
uh,
summer.
yeah, that's they are.
I'm seeing them on teams. What is it? 3-3 league?
They're Ice Cube been started something. You know what I'm
What's going
saying?
on?
During the off seasons, they're trying to find other streams of revenue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough being in the WNBA these days when it comes
Yeah,
to
they had a 3-3, bro. Yeah, it was 3-3 title they had a few weeks ago, man. So yeah, I know I was seeing them all in uniform. So yeah. Shout out to the ladies, man.
yes. Hey, and that's a good practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pick and
yeah.
roll.
But
You
bro,
know.
them dudes look like me and you out there. So yeah, don't wanna hype it up too. Don't hype it up too much. Don't hype it up too much. Now going into halftime, cuz
Look,
Stephen A. Smith said he might run for president. Would you vote for Stephen A. Smith for president?
depending on policies and legislation he has for Black American people, I'm
Yeah,
talking principles.
yeah,
If he want to run, I want to see what package he got for Black America. So
yeah,
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 if he's talking like, hey, we're gonna get this done, then he got my vote. And that goes for any politician that plans to, whether run for city council, run for governor, run for mayor, run for president. If you're talking tangible benefits for Black America, guess what? You have got my vote. So yes, Stephen A., I would vote for you pending the tangibles.
yeah. Me,
I was about to say, what you
yeah,
think?
me, I just, I remember when presidents were serious.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember when it was a serious thing to be a president.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's not serious anymore. Honestly, my thought is like, why don't LeBron run for president? You know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
something. I mean, because honestly, it's about who can withstand the mudslinging the most. Because Stephen A. he doesn't want to get involved in the mudslinging because they're going. He's never been. I don't think he's ever been married. So they what? You don't think
Hmm.
they're gonna get these women to talk? Stephen A. doesn't want to jump into this. You know what I mean? Because you have to again think of how many baby mamas Trump got.
Uh,
But you
two or
have
three.
to wear that like it's like it's polo cologne. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have to. So I don't know, dude. I just wish that the politician that is handling my whatever is a straight button up, don't drink, don't smoke. Matter of fact, don't even have sex.
Him.
He's just the president. That's all he does. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I just wish we can get back to that Jimmy Carter. I mean, they're going to be doing the same thing regardless. I don't care if you put SpongeBob as president. He's going to bomb people. He's going to try to take over Gaza. He's going to do everything. He's going to do everything. He's going to hurt black. I don't care who you put there. That's the policy of the country, not the man. And the man's not going to be able to change the policy of this country. This country was founded to kick black men and black women in the ass since the beginning. It's in the DNA of this country to do that. So no matter who's driving, that is the direction it's going to be headed. Again, if they tear it down and they rebuild it, I'm with that. But guess what? We're not going to be in the room for that. You can look, you can see who's in the room right now because they're working on rebuilding it now, and there's not one Washington, Jackson, nobody. Matter of fact, the darkest person might be Cash Patel. He might be the darkest person in the room when these decisions are being made. So
Hey,
yeah, bro.
listen. Stephen A. Smith doesn't have good enough hair to run for president, so I don't. I
Oh, they
think
gonna kill him with the forehead. Can you imagine Putin talking about his forehead and Russia roasting him? That's that bullshit,
he
yo.
don't have good enough hair. And the other part is, you know, listen, black people need to partake in voting in their state politics.
Mhm.
The president stuff, we just need to leave that alone. It's all kind of, you
Yeah,
know, it's like a circus in a sense. You know what I mean? If we just partake in our state politics, in our city politics, then we can get some things moving. Web3 is here. We got AI. We got blockchain, smart contracts. We have all these things that are going to be decentralized, that we don't need a centralized entity, whether it's big government, small government. When it comes to getting loans, you'll be able to get a loan from a AI platform, AI decentralized platform. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got the assets and the actual resources, you can get a loan for a house, a car to start your business. Those very things that were, and I know I'm straying here from the Stephen A.
oh, no,
Smith,
it's all good.
but this world that we're walking into is going to be more decentralized. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if you want to get educated, you can do that. All you need to do is type in the right prompt on how to do something in Chat GPT or Gronk or what's you got there's like 10 different AI platforms that are free to use right now
yeah. Just
to learn what
you
you
got
want to learn.
5 questions though. It's free for 5 questions. I got hit up because look, I'm working
They,
on.
they, well, they just here recently, um, the Google platform and the Chat GPT, they made their newest platform, their newest iteration of the AI free. So, yeah,
Uh,
so jump on here, cuz.
I was on it last night, and he was like, "Player, you're up. Your questions is through. Hit me at 9 p.m. tomorrow." I was like, "Damn, you gonna remember what we talked about?" He's like, "Yeah, just remind me. And my AI told me yesterday." I was like, "Dude, I can't." Like, look, you're through, Mr. Sanders. No more questions today. 9 p.m. tomorrow. Hit me up. We can talk unless you're gonna put credit card in here. Talk to you tomorrow, brother. Talk to you tomorrow, Mr. AI. Hey, we are out of halftime. and we are going into the third quarter. Third quarter, we're going to talk about the boys, the big boys, the grown-ups, the NBA. And you see the game I got on going, it's a snoozer, Cleveland and Indiana. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was in the middle of cornfield, Indiana somewhere. So, but
Right, right.
the NBA still cracking. The Lakers are looking good. Everybody's saying the Lakers are the team to beat with no center for real.
Hey, Luca is looking him, LeBron. I mean, they got cats that'll fall on the floor, scramble for the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
role
got the
players.
pieces. Yeah, they got some pieces there to make it happen. You
Yeah,
know?
I hope that they and Golden State don't play too early. That's gonna
Mm.
be a good series. Golden State and LA.
Ooh. So wait. So let's talk about that. What do we know? I mean,
It's
I,
gonna be. I mean, I think the Lakers will probably take them,
uh,
but it's gonna be a good series, man. And
mm,
it's going to be probably one the last of the LeBron Steph head to heads. That's what I'm looking forward to. Is one of the last LeBron and Steph's going head to head.
okay,
I don't
okay.
want that. I don't want that in the first round.
Got you. Okay. Man, I like Austin Reeves, man.
Yeah, well, that's the key. They're gonna what they said they're going to try to shut down LeBron, try to shut down Luca. Good luck, and then and then make Austin Reeves beat it, make your third man beat him. So I guess doubling Bron and doubling Luca and trying to force the ball to Austin Reeves, and I don't know.
That ain't no formula to win as far as I'm
No,
concerned. That
because no, as soon as you double, who the king? Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to contend with. They're going to be hard to contend with, especially if they playing defense like they've been um during their winning streak. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. No, they you don't you don't beat the team think you're going to just double their two
Yeah, that's tough.
superstars.
That's a tough hill. That's a tough hill to climb right there. Well, hey,
Mhm.
Denver, they fired their coach, so I don't know if that means they're done. And the thing about it is, what? Okay, I think it was Calvin Booth. Let me make sure because I've been hearing Calvin Booth's name because he was the GM. Let me look
Uh-huh.
at them.
Um,
Calvin.
Michael Malone.
Yeah,
The,
Mike and Mike Miller. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I was thinking of Booth that went to Maryland, number 22. This is another Booth. I know this big long head dude, Calvin Booth. Yeah, I know him. He wasn't no good. He played for Dallas. He wasn't no good. So he and Mike Malone were going back and forth, and the owner was just like, "Man, the hell, both of y'all," and got
yeah,
them both out. Like usually you just
yeah,
get one. He got rid of both of them.
right. Uh-huh. Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
but think about it is they hired the one guy who used to coach Sacramento,
Uh,
Adelman. They
yeah, yeah.
hired his son. His son is the coach now. No
Mm,
coaching experience. They mad at Bronny, but anyway,
you know how that goes.
yeah. And look, they mad at Bronny, but you can't name the first five people who was taken last year in the draft. What have they been doing?
Not even close to what Bronny.
Them boys down in DC, what have they been doing? So that's what I always give you with Bronny is like, okay, yeah, Bronny, but what about the first, second, third pick? What are they doing? They're doing worse. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Although I think Washington's a tank job. They're trying to tank. They're trying to tank again,
they
but
trying to get that. They trying to get that lotto. That
how
number
many
one.
first slot? How many first? Didn't Philly try to do that? What is it called? They call it the process. Where they try to get Embiid.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they had Noel. I think they had Ben that was going through the process.
right.
Instead of calling it what do they call it? Instead of calling throwing games, it's the process. Now we're just losing. Yeah, whatever, motherfucker. That don't work because you don't get a Jimmy Butler in the process. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler got the hell out of the process. He was a teacher, so he got the hell up out of there. That process of losing, trying
Yeah,
to lose they want the Steelers to do that and lose so they can get a good. No, man.
yeah, you put your best out there and you try to win every game that you play. Yeah, see, there's a lot of folks out here that think that they can be a GM, you
Yeah,
know, and at the end of the day, between that's like you can't. Most of these cats can't even manage their household. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear from none of y'all fake ass GMs when it comes to football, especially with the Steelers. Fire Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? Why did they draft Bronny? Like, let the professionals be professionals. You can throw some input in there, but don't stop talking like you know every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because actually, you would think it's a crazy plan to fire them both, but the family who owns the Nuggets own the LA Rams too, so they're successful in sports in two different leagues. So I
Mm.
yeah, they know they probably saw something and was like, nah, this is not how our organization runs, and we're cutting the head off and we're gonna start over. So, and I'm sure young whatever the coach's name is, I'm sure he's ready to fall in line and do whatever he has to do to keep this job to show that he's the one to be the coach here. He better be on the phone with his dad, or maybe he shouldn't. His dad ain't nothing to do.
Right. Everything is culture. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You fit in the culture or not.
yeah.
Point blank. Mm.
Shout out to Evan Mobley from the Cavs on right now, defensive
Mm.
player of the year. I didn't know. I didn't know he was getting busy like that. Matter of fact, let me let me see. Evan Mobley. Boom.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
yeah,
I,
Evan
I didn't know that
Mobley.
either.
Yeah, he defensive player of the year, bro. Yep, yep. Evan Mobley. Wait a minute, no. Okay, nah. They're hyping him up for it. It hasn't been decided
Okay.
yet because fuck, the year ain't over yet. But they're trying to hype him over Draymond. But yeah, yeah. So no, Evan Mobley ain't got that yet. Strike that out. Moving right along. Cuz you gonna get a LeBron Barbie? Mr. LA?
Well, first of all, we're not gonna call it. I know Mattel was supposed to be making the doll, but
Yeah.
can't. Oh, come on, bro.
It's LeBron Barbie. Oh, what are you
Ron
talking?
Barbie. It's a Ken doll model.
Oh, yeah, it's
Uh,
LeBron King.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's modeled after the Ken doll. He's like, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
the Barbie universe. But I'm not mad at that. I'm
Nah,
not mad
man,
at that.
bro. LeBron, he's been clean for 25 years, dude. LeBron,
Mm.
again, if you want me to pick who I wouldn't mind, because again, he's going to get the right people around him.
Right.
So LeBron can be my president. You know what I mean? We're talking because he's going to get the right people around him. And guess what? It's not going to be a bunch of hoot and nanny bullshit. It's going to be professional. So I
Mm.
salute LeBron. And this is just something that's going to add on to his legacy. Something that's going to, again, my daughter has Barbies that she never opened. They're buried somewhere and going to be open in 3,000 years by somebody and they're going to get rich and some shit like that. But yeah, man, that's just adding on to his already tremendous legacy. And again, having him as a role model for kids, somebody that kids can, yeah, all day with that, man. You see what's going on in the world all day with LeBron. He's not perfect, but shit, yeah, get LeBron his props, man.
At the end of the day, you got people who hate people who succeed at things, and you got to question why they're doing that themselves when they haven't, exceeded, 5% of his success, 10% of his success, 1% of his success. So, anytime I hear people talk like that, because there's a lot, I've seen people, oh, he got a doll, that's, blah, 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 that's whack and horrible. I was like, what? Yo, there's so many like dolls and action figures. Like, what's wrong with this? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? What is wrong with this? Y'all just got something to, y'all just got to say something bad
DNC Convention 2028. LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith.
about
DNC Convention for president. LeBron
Lord,
versus Stephen A. debate.
Lord, Lord,
You be like,
Lord.
you should vote for him because you see what he did with his son. He's a bad dad. Oh, man, it's going down, man. Hey, yo, out of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, you see what I got on my hat. But one thing I forgot to do, and we're gonna do it. I didn't do today in sports history, and there's a lot
Oh,
of things that
you didn't
happen
do that?
today in sports history, and again, a lot of stuff revolving around the Masters because it is Masters weekend,
Okay.
and Scotty Scheffler, American, won the Masters today. Uh,
Mm.
Danny Willett won the Masters. Uh, a lot of people won the Masters today. Tiger Woods won his fourth green jacket today. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, man.
Mm.
Jose Marie Olazabal won the Masters today.
Mm.
Wayne Gretzky had set his NHL record for 93, but we ain't talking about that. We're talking about Eddie Murray, 1,000 hits today. We love Eddie Murray in Baltimore, switch hitter. Well, yeah. And let me see. Okay, and the last one, the 41st U.S. Masters tournament, Augusta, Georgia. Matter of fact, who's from Augusta, Georgia? James Brown. James Brown. Yeah,
Mm.
Augusta, Georgia. You see them two. You still see two separate drinking fountains. But anyway, Tom Watson wins the first of his two green jackets, 2 strokes ahead of the runner-up, the bear, Jack Nicklaus.
Mm.
That's today in sports history. Now, starting off the fourth quarter, again, we're going into the Masters, cuz. Now, let's get. You don't play golf, right?
I don't. And I had a friend that wanted to give me some of his clubs, but I'm left-handed. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I don't know how much I'm not willing to spend the money for all the clubs that's needed.
Yeah, well, you get used clubs for like 50, 70 bucks. And I mean, honestly, the clubs are the last of your worry. It's you
Mm.
understanding how to use your body to hit that ball.
I
So,
don't know.
I mean, again, it does have a difference. Like my brother tells me, hey, man, you
out
get
there
your
with the
driver,
wood
add
club.
20 more yards on your drive or something. But that's after you spent 3 years learning how to hit it straight.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't worried about no distance. I just want to learn how to hit it straight. And then
Mm.
once I do that, then we'll worry about distance. So, but anyway, forget about my game. We got the Masters going on. No
Mm.
Tiger Woods, which is kind of puts a doll into it because now we just got a bunch of guys who are good, but they don't win. Everybody's kind of, Tiger wore some red, you wore blood shit. He got a red flag hanging out of his shit on Sunday. You know what I mean? There's none of that there's not that type of energy in golf. There's like maybe 20, 25 guys that can win it every day. I mean, every tournament, there's about 20, 25 guys who can actually win it. And yeah, they got endorsement deals. If they don't win, they're cool. They still got the foot joy and all that stuff going on. So, but let me get the leaderboard because I think
Rose.
Justin just Justin Rose, Connor, Scotty Scheffler, some guy from Norway, and Thomas Hatton. Those are the ones. Justin Rose had a -7, and I think he had like 6 birdies, which is crazy. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this weekend, man. I'm gonna be chilling in the Berg. I'm gonna try to catch some Masters. I am taking my clubs with me. Probably won't
Okay.
have time to hit them, but that's what we do. We take them just in case somebody whisper in your ear, "Hey, man, we can get 9," and then you just go ahead and make it happen. But yeah, the
Mm.
Masters. Maybe one day we'll do Sands on Sports from Augusta.
Hey, that would be kind of live.
Yeah, they show Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. goes hard body with the camera now. You know what I mean? So he's an official photographer at the Masters. They showed him with his big joint. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
dope, yo.
yeah, Ken Griffey, man.
So dope.
Yeah. He's
See
doing.
Ken Griffey out there just being a photographer, yo. He's just like, yo, I love doing this now.
Uh, you're blessed to find one passion. He's found two. You know what I mean? And well, guess what? It's easy to be a photographer when you got his bank just chilling. There's some photographers I know right now that
Yeah, the glass on them cameras be I mean, you got lenses that are like 15, $20,000 lenses, you know what I'm
but
saying?
no, what I'm saying is like it's different being a photographer and you got to worry about paying the bills.
This is true. This is,
Yeah,
this is true as well.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just I just happen to know, I just know about three or four photographers that, two that work for Reuters.
yeah,
They make really good money. So I ain't really thinking about,
yeah,
just
yeah.
your
The
average.
dudes that shoot my videos.
Hey, your videos look good, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
good.
honestly, I'm the dude that shoot most of them. So yeah. Anyway, man, yo, that's the end of Sands on Sports, y'all. We are out of here. Great game. Me and Cuz took it out the park. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Yeah,
want to say this on the way out. I got a new single, man. I got a new single called The Struggle. And also, I got the test pressings. Just hit me with the test pressings of the Manchester Descendants featuring Sadat XL the Sensei, Thurston Howe, Lower, and my man Liggy Lifelong. You know what I mean? Same damn low sweater. Got the test pressing, so the vinyl will be coming soon. So feeling great about just having new music for the spring. What about you, cuz?
man, I lost a good 7, 8 pounds on this intermediate fasting situation. So I feel good, a lot of energy. Y'all can go to www.tahirjahi.com. I have a single dropping called Cancer Cells.
Okay.
And also, you can go to racecard.com. I have a song called Leaving. That's the rock hip hop band that
Mm-hmm.
hey, fam, we got some new music coming out. So, hey,
I wasn't supposed to be making no music this year. I was supposed to be, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm
hmm,
not got an album coming out. That's the crazy. Like, dude, I ain't supposed to be doing what you doing.
hey, fam, when you feel it, you got to drop it. You hear me?
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're
Hey,
dropping.
man, you Jay Sands, man. Hey, man,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta keep pumping. I'm
Hey,
doing
look,
too.
check this out. Let me show you my dog. I'm Jay Sands a little bit, but right now I'm starting to be Kayla's dad. Let me show you
Hey, let's
the
do
highlight.
it. Wow. Yo, she smacked that joint too.
Yeah, got
Okay.
you purple, right?
Word. Hey, hey, she, okay.
Yeah.
Double
So yeah, I go.
smacked.
I'm Kayla's dad. That's my new MC name, Kayla's dad. But yo, with
Yeah.
that being said, I'm Jay Sands. That's Tahir Jahi. This Sands on Sports, and we out here, y'all. Peace.